that. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay. We from.
Hey, what's going down, sports fans? It is your boy Marley Betts coming at you live with another video from Brothers and Betts College Football Edition. Hey, I got a new guest out here today. My boy, 90 Dave. Yes, finally, damn, it's tending to make me brag about my plays. Yes, 90 Dave, we did, and I took you spelled that girl name wrong yesterday during the baseball show, but I ended up finding her, bro, and yeah, she did hit yesterday. But special guest, my boy from Alex, all the way from Las Vegas. Go bless us with a little bit of college knowledge today. What's going down, Alex? How you doing?
Nothing much, man. I just been hearing a lot about this show. Glad I could finally make a guest appearance, help some people make some money. So, that's what it's all about, brothers and bets.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my boy Trey, everybody know Trey from the basketball show. I haven't had a chance to get Trey on the NFL show. We'll do that starting next week. Obviously, NFL hasn't started. But, man, if you enjoy doing this, I would love to have you back. We're damn sure going to keep records of our picks, and that's how we hold ourselves accountable. So we're going to see how good you are today with these first couple of games we got on the docket, as I like to say. Let's start off with UFC. South Florida going on to take on North Carolina State. Not one of the biggest marquee games. Let me get to my notes here. Running a little youth. Golden Hurricanes, Pirates, Mountains, Hill Toppers. Where are we? South Florida. My bad, guys. Running a little slow. Pirates, Aggies, Golden Hurricanes. Cardinals, nice. Okay, here we go. My bad. They're not in any order here, and they got it by the team name, nicknames, not the goddamn schools. So, what are the man? What are the North Carolina State? What Bulldogs?
They're the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack. There we go. I'm tripping.
Yeah, it's got the Wolfpack.
I get Bulldog from
South Florida.
Where the fuck did I get Bulls? That's where I got Bulldogs from. South Florida Bulls.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. University of South Florida. They're going on the road to take on North Carolina State. That line opened up and is currently at minus 18.5. The total is at 59. Couple of actual factuals for South Florida. Total has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. They're 0-8 in the last 8 games straight up. They're 0-6 in the last 6 games straight up. They're 3-9 straight up in the last 12 games against an opponent from the Atlantic Coast Conference, ACC. South Florida is 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games played in week 1. They're 3-13 ATS in the last 5 games played in week 1, and 3-13 ATS in the last 16 games played on a Thursday. The total has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games when playing as an underdog. North Carolina State actuals. They're 7-3 ATS in their last 10 games. The total has gone under in 4 of North Carolina State's last 5. They're 4-1 straight up in their last 5. 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games at home. 6-1 straight up in their last 7 games against an opponent from the American League, American Athletic Conference. They're 1-4 ATS in the last 5 games played in the month of September. 6-1 straight up in their last 7 games played in week 1. The total has gone under in 15 of the last 18 games played on a Thursday, and 4 of the last 5 games when playing as a favorite. North Carolina State at home defending against USF. Do you have a play on this game, Alex?
I do. So you put in some actuals there. North Carolina State is actually very tough at home. And as I believe you were saying, the last 5 games have gone under. I think with the beginning of the season going, you got the Bulls on the road to North Carolina State, which is always pretty tough at home. They're repping the ACC. I really like NC State in this game. and for it to go under that 59. I just don't see South Florida putting up what they need to get it over. I think NC State will come out firing, but you're probably going to be looking around, maybe 48 to 50 in the over as far as scoring points. Like I said, they're just really tough at home. They always come out tough against the Atlantic Athletic Conference.
Right.
I love them at home. So I'm really seeing like an under and an NC State socking it to South Florida.
I got you. So I was thinking initially when I saw this game, at first I was thinking over because I know North Carolina can score. But I do agree with you. I don't think I'll get what I need from USF because I think I'll probably need them to get 20 to catch that 59 or 59 and 6. I think I'll need them to get 20. I don't think North Carolina State will get to 40. So I agree with you there. I'm scared of 18 and a half. That is so many fucking points.
It is. It actually is. I mean, if you could get a first half, it's probably trending at like 9.5. I could see them being up 10, but 20 is a lot to put on. Yeah.
My angle. I'm thinking if I can get me a first half at 10 or less, preferably less, like I would love like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah.
8.5. Because I can see them being up by double digits at halftime. I'm scared of the 18 and a half, so I'm going to stay away from that. But I will take the first half. Let me see if I can get a line for it really fast. I'm sure it's going to be at like 8.5.
Yeah, it should be 8.5, 9.5, I would think.
Like whatever it is, as long as it's under 10, I won't take. I don't feel comfortable taking anything above 10. So if I can catch it at 9, 8. How do I feel about 9.5? I don't know. But
9.5 is tough because it could be, 3 field goals if the offense doesn't get it going. Yeah,
I hate the half. I hate half a point, man. Fucking it just Excuse the butt. But yeah, I hate half a points. Like to lose by half a point is like one thing that I just can't fucking stand. Hell yeah, United Days. Hate halves, bro. I will buy the half.
Exactly. Buy the half point to get it.
If it's 9.5, I'll buy it to 9, bro. Because if I lose by half a point, to me, that's like one of the worst feelings in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Especially knowing that I could have brought it down. Okay, my login is tripping. What happened to that? My login is tripping on UA right now, and I don't feel like bullshitting with this line. So, with that being said, there we go. All right. With that being said, let's keep it moving. So, you feel more comfortable on the first half or the 18? Or just stay away from you?
See, I looked at that, and that line is it's too close for comfort. 18.5 is like a lot. And against some teams, you're going up against like a Kansas or like a weak team. I'm always like, no, that's 3 touchdowns, bet. Easy.
Right.
But this one, just because, it's the first game of the season. Like, you don't know what kind of form people are going to be coming in. I think they definitely win it. I think they win it by double digits, but 18.5, maybe even if it was like 16.5, like 17-point win, you get, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. That is a lot better than, having to win by 19. So
you pretty much need 3 touchdowns in this game. And man, one thing I do hate next to halves is like backdoor covers. I hate backdoor covers, and that has backdoor like written all over it. And even at UCF, like you're probably if you're down big, the coaches are probably still going to have
For
them.
sure.
It's the first game of the season. They're not going to just let them lay down. They're going to
No.
want to fight all the way through. And yeah, man, I'm not sold. I'll take a first half if I can catch it under 10. But anything outside of that, I'm going to have to stay away. Definitely going to stay away. All right, my man, let's keep it moving on to the next game, which I have here. Dukies. Hate this basketball team. I just fucking hate Duke. But I love their little I fucking love that. I love that, but I hate Duke. All right. So we got Duke. They're going on the road to take on Charlotte, the 49ers. They lined up at the 49ers +6. The total is at 60.5. Couple of actual factuals for the Blue Devils. They're 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games. 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games. 1-8 straight up in their last 9 games on the road. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games against an opponent from Conference USA. 11-5 ATS in their last 16 games and played in the month of September. They're 7-1 straight up in the last 8 games played in week 1, and the total has gone over in 11 of Duke's last 12 games when playing as the favorite, and over in 4 of their last 5 games, period. Couple of Charlotte's actual factuals. They're 2-5 straight up in their last 7 games. 1-6 straight up in their last 7 games played in September. The total has gone over in 4 of their last 5, over in 7 of the last 8 at home, but under in 5 of the last 6 when they played as an underdog. Duke -7 in Charlotte. Do you have anything on this one?
For this one, I mean, I don't know how much the viewers know about geography. So Charlotte and Duke are both going to be repping South Carolina. So this is almost, it's not as big of a rivalry game.
It's the interstate rivalry game.
What was that?
It's the in-state.
Yeah, exactly. So it is, so it is a rivalry game. So, I mean, I like to think, when I played, you go harder against your rival, especially, some of the factuals that you threw out with Duke against the spread. I actually like Charlotte, the +7. I think Duke could potentially win. I don't see them winning big over a touchdown here. I think Charlotte finds a way to kind of stick around. If I of my top tier bet, I would say that Charlotte +7, for full game. I think they just keep it competitive all the way through. They might even take a lead. And then with the over and the under, I think both of these teams, I mean, you're trying to run it up against your opponent. Both of them aren't super known for being sound on defense. I could easily see this being a, 35-31, like hitting over the 60, just going at it. Like I said, not very strong defensively. If you look at kind of their records from 2019 and the few games they played in 2020, both they, can light it up, but But defensively, I think there's going to be a lot to be desired in this one, especially opening game against an in-state rival. I would say pretty high on that over, and Charlotte to cover that +7.
Okay. So I remember I'm trying to get to my other page here where my Charlotte notes are. So like I said, a lot of people aren't gonna know who Charlotte is, right? But the kids at Duke and the kids at Charlotte, they know each other.
Absolutely.
This is big brother against little brother. The kids that weren't quite good enough to play at Duke, are playing at Charlotte right now. If I can get to this top 25, there we go. Here we go. 10-0 Jacksonville State at UAB. Throwing out some updates as I scroll. Yeah, okay. So for the most part, I agree with you with the let's be honest, Duke isn't a fucking powerhouse. But the last time these two teams did play, Duke beat the shit out of Charlotte, like 59-19.
Oh, Jesus.
And that scares the shit out of me. I mean, they just lit their ass up. The first quarter was 17. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. By the second quarter, it's 24-7. Third quarter, 37-13. They didn't even stop. And if they scored a touchdown with a minute left on the clock, I don't know what happened, but I mean, it just seems like they were just fucking pouring it on. And to me,
maybe the over.
Right.
Maybe
so.
Over.
And to me, that tells me if you're gonna fucking pour it on like that,
yeah,
then you're trying to like listen, little brother. I'm big brother, and you're always gonna be little brother. And then Duke, like, who else is Duke gonna get a chance to like beat in the regular season like that? Like, do we give them a legitimate chance? Do we give them a legitimate chance against North Carolina, Miami, Clemson? Like, even the bottom tier of the ACC, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech beat them last year 56-33. Georgia Tech. And they had a freshman
how much
at quarterback last year.
How much defense does Duke really play? I mean, let's even go back to that 19. They gave up 20 to this Charlotte team. And you said people don't even know who Charlotte is. They couldn't point to it on the map. So maybe leaning towards, I think a lot of points will be scored. I may back off on that. I did not look at the 59-19. But I think they definitely hit that 60.
I can see the over, maybe. I mean, Duke's not fucking great. I just think that they know they're not great football-wise. I mean, like I don't think Duke's football team is walking into the season saying we got championship aspirations. You know what I'm saying? So they have to look at this game like, hey, this is one we can get. This is one that we can possibly go in and dominate. I'm gonna take Duke minus the 6 here.
Okay.
I like Charlotte as a lower tier, a Conference USA, Mountain West, those little bit smaller conferences versus what I do. Duke's not, although they're not, I mean, they're Duke, all right, but they should be able to beat a Charlotte team. Now, Charlotte's going to be definitely gassed up. Are they though? Like, are they going to be gassed up to play Duke? They're not playing Georgia Tech. They're not playing Miami. They're not playing North Carolina. I mean, like, the basketball team will be gassed up to play Duke.
Absolutely.
But as the football team, like, y'all, hey, we got Duke tonight. Let's go. Like, I don't think so. I don't think they're like just extra hype because of Duke. So yeah, I don't know. I like Duke, man. I'm gonna ride with Duke minus the 6. I just don't. I don't know if I can see the. I don't know, man. They got beat 53-19 last year. I don't know if you can come back and cover a 6-point spread.
That's a fair point.
That's tough. I don't know how much can change in a year, but that's a little tough for me. That's a little tough for me to back. So I like Duke minus the 6. Make that an official play for me. Yeah. Are you going to stick with Charlotte plus the 6?
I'm going to switch it. I think it's going to go over again. I think
you're going to make officially on the over?
72. I think the over still hits. I mean, it's Charlotte. They're going to want to protect. And I don't think Duke or Charlotte necessarily has that good a defense.
Right.
Like I said, I could see it easily someone pulling 40 and the other one getting at least 20.
I can agree with that. All right. Let me log in here. Now I can get first half lines. All right. Let's keep it moving, sir. And the next game we got on the docket is, let's see, that boy United Days say PJ Washington. I don't want anything to do with Charlotte because of PJ Washington. I hate you, United Days. That ain't got shit to do with football, United Days. Ain't got shit. I don't even think he is from Charlotte, is he?
No,
I know he plays for Charlotte, but I don't think he's from Charlotte, United Days. But man, I don't want anything to do with them because of PJ Washington. That's crazy. The next game, all right, we get a little more interesting here. Got Michigan State. They're going on the road to take on Northwestern here. And let me get Sparty. There we go. See matchup. There we go. All right, Sparty. They're going on Northwestern to take on the Wildcats. That line opened up at +3 for the Wildcat. That is crazy. Is that right? That has to be wrong. -3. Yeah, it didn't make no sense.
It's -3 for
-3.
Northwestern.
Hell yeah. You watch home for last year? It's no way they should be +3 at home. -3. Let me correct that.
There we go. I was like, man, jump on that. If you can get Northwestern
jump on that money line plus money right now.
Get the plus money.
No, it's not. So let's correct that if we got people thinking we tripping. There we go. That is the proper line, people. All right, Michigan State going on to Northwestern and take on the Wildcats. That line is at -3. The total is at 46.5. Let me give you some actual factuals for Michigan State. Sparty, they're 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games. 2-5 ATS in their last 7 games on the road. 6-1 straight up in their last 7 games on the road against Northwestern. 3-12 ATS in their last 15 games against an opponent in the Big Ten, and 11-0 straight up in their last 11 games in opening week. The total has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games played in September, over in 4 of Michigan State's last 5 games in general. A couple actual factuals about Northwestern. They're 6-1 ATS in their last 7 games. 8-2 straight up in their last 10 games. 1-6 straight up in their last 7 games when playing at home against Michigan State, however. 1-6 straight up in the last 7 games played in September. 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games played in week 1. But 4-1 ATS the last 5 games when playing as the favorite. The total has gone under in 7 of their last 8 games when playing a Big Ten opponent. Under in 7 of their last 9 games in general, but over in 5 of the last 5 against Michigan State. Big Ten matchup, Michigan State against Northwestern. Alex, what do you got on this one?
So I think this is a pretty classic case of just there's that team that you're better than that just keeps beating you, and for some reason, Michigan State, I know we're just drooling over that +3 for Northwestern. I think Michigan State finds a way to come into Northwestern, start the game out, even though they're underdog, and beat them. This is probably the only upset I'm going to call out of the games that we're looking. But I would keep an eye out on this Michigan State to upset Northwestern at home season opener.
Wow.
I know, probably unpopular opinion, and given everything in Michigan State's, past year with them not being where they're supposed to, I think this is the one. If you're looking at a winnable game against an opponent that they seem to beat, they're 5 out of 6 or 5-1 in their last 6 games against Northwestern. For some reason, I just think the physicality of like a Michigan State team is it's going to cause them problems.
Wow. Didn't see that one coming. You know what? You know, Sparty hasn't been what we're used to seeing them be last couple years. Me personally, anyway. But I think they're a pretty decent football team. I don't think I can see them coming into Northwestern and upsetting them right now. And that's simply well, I'll tell you what does concern me is that Northwestern does have a new quarterback, right?
Yep.
Peyton Ramsey's gone, but the guy that's coming in, he's a former five-star recruit. He actually went to Clemson and transferred to Northwestern. I want to say after an injury. Let me go back and look at my notes. Yeah, didn't start any games last year after the injury. Played 2019 campaign. Just threw one touchdown pass. Picked off 4 times, so that's actually a concern. But however, I can't think of the coach right now for Michigan for Northwestern. What is it? Is it not?
Northwestern's coach is
I like him. I can't think of his name though. But my point is, I like him. He's been there for a long time. God, what is his name? He always has a great defense. He always has these guys ready to play. They lose their top 2 tacklers. And I just don't, Michigan State, they beat Michigan last year for whatever that's worth. And they beat Northwestern last year when Northwestern had a great season. I think this is a revenge game for Northwestern. Northwestern went 7-2 last year. Probably one of the better seasons they've had in a long time. And they beat Auburn in the Citrus Bowl. I think this is definitely a revenge game factor here. I like Northwestern. I'm going to take the first half. No, I'm not. I'm going to take Northwestern. I'm scared of that 3. I want to do the money line. I'm going to take Northwestern money line.
The money line.
I'm going to take the money line. I'm sorry. I'm going to take the money because it's week 1. It's a new quarterback. I don't know exactly what I'm getting yet. Before I don't like giving up points that I'm not sure. I haven't seen the team yet. I'm kind of basing everything off last year, which is all we kind of can do right now, and returning starters and returning program. Like so what I like to look at in week 1, because we don't have nothing to go on. I don't like looking at camp. Camp sucks. I mean, I'm sure it provides some information. I guess more information, the better. But primarily, we only have last year to go off of. And what I like to look at is who has the most returning players, who has to deal with coaching changes and system changes, defense going from a 4-4 to a 3-3, a 3-4 to a 4-3, or offense going from primarily run spread package to or going from a run heavy base to a primary spread or a pro style to a spread, because that's like all you can really kind of gauge. And really, like, for example, sometimes it just doesn't fucking matter. Like, for example, Illinois and Nebraska last week. Illinois had a whole fucking coaching change, a whole fucking offensive style philosophy change. The defense went from a 3-4 to a 4-3, and they still came out and whooped Notre Dame's ass. So sometimes, it kind of doesn't matter. But I'm going to lean on the revenge factor. And I'm gonna take Northwestern. I'm gonna do the money line.
And you're gonna take a money line?
Yeah, I'm gonna take
-3 full game.
I'm scared of that -3. I'm not gonna lie. Your upset pick could hit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not denying the fact. I mean, because just having a new quarterback scares me.
It's first game of the season.
First game of the season.
D'Antoni's a pretty.
I don't even know the bubble guts might get to that boy.
Yep.
Crowd gonna be rocking. Might be too much. We'll
see. I mean,
we'll see. Hey, tomorrow is the day.
Upset. Well, you compare it at the end of the week. I know you weren't high on a couple of them, but I think Michigan State. We'll see.
We'll see, man. Like I said, hopefully I'll be man. Hopefully you come back and do your
Yeah.
show, or hopefully you don't mind being a regular. My normal partner definitely won't mind having. He likes it better with 3 people anyway, so
Yeah.
he definitely won't mind. So yeah, hopefully wrong Broncos went on to the next game. Where are you? Boy, from Saturday. Friday. I gotta be more organized on this part.
Nah, ain't good.
Because they don't have they got the teams by
By the
team mascot.
mascot,
So
like the name.
I'll pass it up easily sometimes.
Yeah.
Bam! Next game on the docket, we got Boise State Broncos. They're going on the road to take on the UCF Knights. The line opened up at the Knights -5.5. The total is at 68. Let's buzz down a couple of actual factuals. Boise State, they're 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games. 16-4 straight up in the last 20 games. 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games on the road. 6-1 straight up in the last 7 games played in September. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games played in week 1. Total's gone under in 4 of Boise State's last 5 games, but over in 5 of the Boise State's last 7. 6-2 ATS in their last 8 games when played as an underdog. UCF, they're 2-7 ATS in their last 9 games. 12-5 straight up in their last 17. 18-2 straight up in the last 20. 12-2 straight up in the last 14 games played in week 1. 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games played on a Thursday. But they're 1-6 ATS in their last 7 games playing as a favorite. The total has gone under in 6 of their last 9 when playing at home on a Thursday. Boise State at UCF Thursday night. What you got?
This was an interesting game for me because, living on the West Coast, I tend to watch a lot of Boise State, a lot of Mountain West games and seeing how they play. But I was born and raised in the Tampa area, so watching the Knights in Orlando has been something that I also, if I can get it, I'll watch it. A little bit of Conference USA. Central Florida, so UCF, the Knights are great scorers at home. I mean, right. I think last season they were averaging 42 point something, which is just unbelievable, for a team. I think there's only 2 or 3 teams that scored more at home, averaging. But they also tend to give up a lot of points. They get into a lot of shootouts. They win a lot of them. I think you said 18-2 out of their last 20, but they give up a lot of points against teams that they should be able to lock down. So for this game, I don't know about the spread just because of how Boise State, I think they're going to come in there hungry for a win. They're coming in as an underdog. I think the over for this one, even though it's higher than I would like, I'd usually like, against a UCF, probably a game around, 63, in between like 60, 63. It's a little bit higher than I'd normally like. But I think that Boise State, given some of the players that are coming back on offense, and I can really see UCF, just running up a bunch of points, maybe potentially getting another 40-point game to start it off. I really like the over at 68, even though it's a little bit high. But I could see them putting up 40 and Boise State getting at least, 28, to come in there. But I'm not comfortable with the spread just because I don't know really what kind of energy Boise State's going to come out with.
Right.
With UCF, though, I think they're going to put up a lot of points. And if it's a race to the finish, I could see it easily hitting that 68, early in the fourth quarter. So that's my pick, is that over 68.
I see. I'm trying to pull up the first half.
Yeah.
Lines. I agree with what you're saying, by the way.
Yeah.
And my
or if you could get the first half on that, which is probably at like 30.
I'm pulling it up right now. I got 34 as of right now.
34.
Yeah.
5
34.
touchdowns.
Okay. 5?
I mean, that'd be five scores would be 35 just between the two teams.
Right. I think can Central Florida get you 3 in the first half? But you got to pretty much ask yourself. Can Central Florida give you 3 in the first half and Boise State give you 2? I think Boise State can give you 2.
Yeah. Can Central Florida get that third one?
I don't know how good Boise State's defense is yet. That's the problem. But like my boy LJ said here, USC averaged 42.2 points a game last year. So, I mean, you're over half of 68 is 34. So, if my thing is, can Boise give me 24? I think I need 24. If they
28.
I'm thinking 3 touchdowns and a field goal, 2 field goals. Let's say 3 touchdowns, 2 field goals. That puts you at 27.
That's hit it.
If Boise gives you 27, I think you get the over. And I think, let me go back and look at these numbers. Boise's last, I hate going off last season, but Boise's last 5 games, they score. I actually saw that San Jose State game. They lost to San Jose State. I think that was a bowl game, or no, right before the bowl game.
Yeah, it was the week. But
I took San Jose State. I was already on the. I think that might have been the game I discovered them, or maybe a week before, and I took that money line. That's great. I remember. Yeah. So Boise State scored 20 in that game. 17 against the game before against Hawaii. But other than those 2 games, they scored 40 against Hawaii, 52 against Colorado State, but only 17 against BYU. I'm not even going to count the BYU game.
BYU is a tough team last year.
I'm not going to count the BYU.
They were playing for something.
So both of these teams lost to BYU. BYU beat Boise 51-17, and then they beat UCF 49-23. So, fairly similar scores.
And both of those games at 68 and 73
are over.
They're right around.
They're both over. Well, one is dead on, technically, 68.
By a half point, get 67.5.
I'll take this. I'm actually going to ride with you, and I'm going to take the 68. I like it. I think they both score here.
It's going to come down to Boise State scoring, though. I think UCF at home, basically what you're going to get. Even in the games they lost, they're still putting up 30, close to that BYU team that was like a lot of people didn't give them credit for the defensive stuff that they had. They had, Zach Wilson, but I think UCF at home, they're going to get you half to more than half of that 68. It's just as Boise State come with the
30
offense.
and a half, bro.
What was that?
I've seen them score 30 and a half easy on multiple situations. Oh my God, look at the time. I have to get ready to go. All right. I think we're both together on that one. I'll ride with you. I like that over, dog. I like that. All right, I got 2 games left here on the dockets. Let me see. Let me find them here first, because this seems to me to take the freaking longest. Okay. They Golden Gophers. There we go. All right, marquee matchup. Got the Ohio State Buckeyes going on the road to Minnesota, take on the Golden Gophers. The line opened up at Minnesota plus 14. The total is at 63. A couple of these actual factuals. for Ohio State, they're 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games, but 18-2 in the last 20 games straight up. 2-5 ATS in their last 7 games against Minnesota, but 10-0 straight up against Minnesota in the last 10. 9-0 straight up in their last 9 games on the road. 7-0 straight up in their last 7 games on the road against Minnesota. 12-6 ATS in their last 18 games against an opponent from the Big Ten. 5-1 ATS in their last 5 games played in September, and the total has gone over in 5 of their last 5 games played in week 1. Minnesota, they're 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games. 14-6 straight up in their last 20 games. 0-7 straight up in their last 7 games at home against Ohio State. 13-2 straight up in their last 15 games played in the month of September, with 2-4 ATS in the last 6 games played on a Thursday. 10-4 ATS in their last 14 games played as an underdog, and the total has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games against an opponent from the Big Ten Conference, and under in 4 of the last 5 games, period. Ohio State versus Minnesota plus 14. What do you got for me?
I mean, Ohio State's my team from the Big Ten. They've had some great quarterbacks. You got the Bosa brothers. So on the defensive side, I think they absolutely crushed this 14. I mean, I can't see any way full game, even with Minnesota at home, that they keep it close enough, even with it being the first game. I think Ohio State knows what they're playing for this year. They're playing for another chance to get to BCS Bowl and potentially national championship against, a Clemson or Alabama for the umpteenth time. But I think point blank, Ohio State, they got the pedigree, they got the coaching. I think they got Ryan Day, who did a pretty good job after Meyer left. I think they crushed this 14. Take Ohio State minus 14. Lock. If that doesn't hit, send me your Cash App. I'll your money. Ohio State is winning by at least 2 touchdowns against Minnesota.
Say, send them your Cash App. That's your best bet, huh?
Hey, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, they're hitting this.
So what scares me about this game, let me just say straight off the rip, I think Ohio State is going to win the game straight up. So that's not even in question. They have a 22-game win streak inside the Big Ten. So them winning the game, I think we can already kind of just dead that.
Yeah.
But I can see the Minnesota team putting up a fight. Like LJ said, they got one of the best running backs in the country. Mo Ibrahim, I think this is his senior year coming back.
Yep.
They have a lot of seniors coming back on this team, and that, like I said, it's one of the things I tend to look at when I cap week 1 games is returning players, especially returning seniors. Now, just because you got returning seniors obviously doesn't mean they're going to make you automatically good. Their strength, as LJ said, is running the ball, which is a great strength to have, but Ohio State's strength is stopping the run.
It is.
Their run defense is amazing. Where you attack them is their pass defense, and they lost their best receiver, Minnesota. Like they said, I think he went. What's his name? Let me see here. Tanner Morgan. That's the quarterback that's coming back, and
I think it's Rashad Bateman or something.
Yeah, there we go. Rashad Bateman.
Yeah.
There we go. That's him.
Big. Yep.
Rashad Bateman. So that was his go-to guy last year. And then Autumn Bell, he's hurt, if I'm not mistaken. Suffered a leg injury a couple of weeks ago in practice, and his availability for the season opener is uncertain. So even if he plays, he's banged up. Which I'm getting. So what I'm getting to is that on the outside of Minnesota ain't scaring anybody. And Tanner Morgan, I think we got to get off the 11-2 season they had in 2019, and we're still looking at that. When last year they went 3-4, and they snuck up on a lot of people in 2019. And last year, when people were prepared for them, they went 3-4. 14 is a lot, man. I'm really scared of that 14. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the freshman quarterback, TJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Man, or at least I like what I've heard. We haven't seen him play, so we don't know. But I have liked what I've heard. I think he came in a spot or two last year. I think he scored like a 45-yard touchdown. I read earlier. Yeah, ran for a 48-yard touchdown against the Spartans. I like him, man. This is tough for me. I want to ride with you, but I'm thinking I'm going first. No, I don't like that value. I think I'm going first half. If I can see a 7.
Yeah.
Let me check. Looking at the lines. I got a 7. I think I'm going to go first half -7. I can see them up a touchdown. I think they're going to be fast. I think they're going to try to come out, and every game matters for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Absolutely.
If they want to play in the championship game, because they know Alabama, a one-loss Alabama beats a one-loss Ohio State. So, when I say beats them, I mean gets into the championship. Just because of the SEC. I think personally that's what tends to happen. So I'm going to go Ohio State. I'm going to go
first half -7.
First half -7. Yeah, because, man, 14, let's just say they are up 14 at the end of the fourth quarter. Do they care to stop them? I think Minnesota's going to fight them because they're at home. It's Ohio State. It's a big game for them, if anything, especially coming off a disappointing season. It's the opening game. There's so much belief. It's not like it's the middle of the season where they're not thinking they're going anywhere. It's a belief factor. They're all in. Now, what I expect is, or what I'm hoping is, Ohio State comes out and be the Ohio State that you believe they are. You know, the dominant Ohio State team that they're supposed to be. I don't think that true freshman is going to be nervous. I know he played last year, and he's highly recruited. He won the job from 2 other freshmen, and I believe it's junior or senior.
When was the last time Ohio State wasn't the Ohio State that you thought they were going to be?
I don't know when was the last time they were.
Exactly.
That's definitely true. That's true. Full game -10 teaser, a banker for Ohio. Yeah, I can see that. I can see Ohio State winning by 10. Yeah, United Days. Yeah, for sure. I like that. I like first half -7 though. I'm gonna ride.
I'm gonna switch.
I'm just scared of the back door.
I will go with the same. If we're taking first half, I think they come out and
first halves are allowed.
Touchdown.
Yeah. First halves are allowed here, sir. If you can bet it, it's allowed on my show. You can find you a first quarter play. If your bookie has first quarter plays, it's allowed. So yeah, we're all good here. Last game before we get up out of here tonight. UNC taking on Virginia Tech. I think this is going to be a great game. The last game, babe. I know. Sorry. Well, oh, she looks good. My wife looks good. Shit. Sorry. Try to give me some cutting tonight. All right, man. Let's go. This is the last game. We got the North Carolina Tar Heels. They're going on the road to take on the Virginia Tech Hokies. Line opened up with Virginia Tech underdog +5.5. The total is at 64. Couple of actual factuals for North Carolina. They're 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games. 11-4 straight up in their last 15 games. 2-6 ATS in their last 8 games against Virginia Tech. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games against Virginia Tech. 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games against Virginia Tech on the road. 3-8 straight up in their last 11 games played in September, and 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games played on week 1. The total has gone over in 5 of North Carolina's last 6 games against an opponent from the ACC, over in 11 of North Carolina's last 15 games on the road, and over in 6 of their last 8 games, generally speaking. Virginia Tech, they're 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games. 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 against UNC. 1-4 ATS in their last 5 games against an opponent from the ACC. From the ACC. 12-3 straight up in their last 15 games played in September, and 6-3 straight up in the last 9 games played in week 1. North Carolina versus VATECH. What do you have on this one, Alan?
This is a tough one because I like both of these teams. I think Howell's getting Heisman comparisons. He's supposed to have a season coming in, battle between him and Spencer Rattler of Oklahoma for who's going to be the best QB.
Yeah, I like North Carolina. I like what's his name from North Carolina?
Howell.
Howell. I like Howell, man. I like Howell. He's tough. He makes a lot of mistakes, but bro, he balls. To me, he just balls out. Like he's a football player.
Absolutely, gunslinger. He's gonna go. He's probably gonna put up a lot of points. But Virginia Tech is usually pretty good at home. They're pretty stingy. As far as this game, because I like both of these teams, I think really just because it's a game, a week 1, I would look at the. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm definitely not touching the spreads on either one of these. So I'm looking at an over under. 64 is just right at that point where like.
Well, let me give you a little bit of time to think about it. I'm gonna give you. I'll give you what I got.
Yep.
On this one. All right. So I by the way, like I said earlier, I don't know if I did say this earlier. I meant to. I agree with you. Both with what you said about North Carolina and what you said about Virginia Tech. Normally, they're a very stingy team traditionally. That's what we think, but we see them. But this isn't that same. What's the classic coach Beamer? This is not this. Beamer. This is not his Virginia Tech Hokies.
Yeah.
They went 1 and they finished the season 1-5 over their last 5, giving up 45, 47, 25 to Miami, and then 38 to Liberty. And don't get me wrong, Liberty was good last year, coached by Freeze. I caught them a couple times. And you said it all in a handful with North Carolina. They're going to be probably, I think, maybe one of the most exciting teams to watch because they're going to fucking score a ton of points. But one thing they're also going to do is they're going to give up a ton of points. They just fucking are. I guess they just love being in shootouts. I mean, Wake Forest 59-53. Notre Dame, they lost to Notre Dame. Notre Dame had a great defense last year, but they still 37. They put up 17 on them.
Yeah.
49 against who is this? Western Central, I think. Put up 62 on Miami, and then gave up 41 to Texas A&M, another SEC team that held them to 27. So I'm gonna be on the over here. Yeah. I think North Carolina will give me at least 30, if not 40. And I think Virginia Tech will give me high 20s, low 30s. So I think this would definitely be an over game. One thing I don't do, or at least I don't do a lot in college, I do not take college unders. So like college unders are the worst. Yeah. I don't know if you watch Scott Van Pelt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the segment? Best bets? No, worst bets. Is it worst bets?
I think it's worse.
Bad beats. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Bad beats. Fucking best segment.
Yeah, bad beats.
Bad beats, bro. Never do college unders. Like never. Yeah. Don't do them. Just don't do them. He shows them every week on why you should not do fucking college unders. So I do not do them. I learned the lesson a long time ago, and I don't do college unders. So I'm on the over here, 64. It is high, but North Carolina is going to give me more than 32, which is more than half. I think they'll give me 40. So if they give me 40 and VATECH gives me like a 27, you know what I'm saying? I feel good about that. So I'm all over here. I'm going to stay away from the side. I think North Carolina can go in this game and win it outright. But I feel safer with the total over 64.
I love that. I was, you made a really good point about it not being a Beamer D. And
Yes.
North Carolina should put up points. Even when they get off to slow starts, they ramp up quick. They've got the talent. They lost their running backs, but someone new will step in. They have an incredibly gifted, skill positions, and Howell, I think, is just going to try and come out the gates, light it up. I think they could easily get that 40. And if Virginia Tech can get you 25, lose the game by 15, I think that over is it's good. So thanks for the
We both
perspective.
saying Virginia Tech, North Carolina is going to win the game by more than 5.5, though. Well, if they get, because if I don't see Virginia Tech scoring 30, 40 points, and I can see, so if they get that many points, then there's no way Virginia Tech is going to be able to keep up. And I don't think their defense is good enough to hold North Carolina under 30 points. So,
exactly.
I'm not going to make it an official or call it a lean for North Carolina. Minus 5.5, but officially I'm going to give the over 64 as a play.
Over 64. Love it.
All right. So I wrote down all our picks. I'll post our record on the next show. I keep myself accountable and my guests accountable.
Absolutely.
So I'll be in touch with you, man, to see if you have see when the next time frame you got open that we can do this again. I normally do the college show Tuesdays. It's just my partner is sick. He has COVID. So we did the Thursday games today. I'm going to try to do Saturday's games Friday or maybe even Thursday. I'll shoot you a text. Maybe kind of how your work schedule is working out. United Day, what you got for me? Great show, guys. Appreciate that. United Day, this is just the first show, man. To be honest with you, United Day, I didn't even have my notes like I wanted to have my notes prepared. We only go get better, United Day. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go shine in football this year, United Day. Mark my words. I've been doing this consistently since college basketball, and I haven't had an ending season with me being under 10 games, with at least me being 10 games above 500 in any sport. College basketball, NBA playoff, and baseball thus far have not ended the season without me being at least 10 games over 500. I expect to double that shit during football season because that's my fucking sport. That's my passion. Other shit I just do to keep this shit going. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, United Dave, though. I know you over there across the pond, my guy. Appreciate you joining me. You're a regular. LJ, appreciate you, my dog. We gonna do your show tonight when I get back, or if you up now, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll make that work. Alex, appreciate you joining me, dog. Like I said, I'll be in touch.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
For sure, man. You want to give out your show? So you still doing what you was doing when I left Vegas?
Oh yeah, man. I'm still out here,
All right. So with that being said, do you want to give out your social and your social media people can find you at?
Yeah, sure. So if you want to find me on social media, if you have any friends that are coming out to Vegas, need a party, need a table, need a guest list, got it all. I'll make sure you get hooked up or connected with the right people. My Instagram is at flat, FLAT, _top, TOP, _VIP. And I'll make sure you get taken care of. Marley and I, we go back. We are back out in the industry together. We're good people, and I'll make sure you get taken care of.
Next time, text me that. I'll put it on a little bar going across. We'll do that. And I'll be in touch with you, man. I got some people coming out to Vegas next week, so I'll send you a group.
Okay. Looking forward to it, man.
Alrighty, all right. And people, thank y'all for joining me, man. I am Marley Betts. This is Brothers and Bets. Tune in tomorrow with the tune in tonight for the Raw Word Sports Podcast with LJ from Houston, my guy. We go to break down NFL division for the AFC side. Catch me tomorrow. We'll do the MLB show, probably about 5 o'clock as normal. And Friday, I'll try to get Alex back on. We'll bust down the Saturday's games for college, and we'll have our record for tomorrow's games for accountability. As always, people, hope y'all did good in baseball today. Y'all know the motto. Let's beat Vegas. And we out this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom. Ain't no problems. We gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field.